Let me tell you, this brand new storyline about Power Rangers is awesome. Now, I really love its direction. What am I talking about? It's the brand new comic book series, Power Rangers Prime. We're talking about issue number 5. What are we waiting on? Roll that intro, cuz. Yeah. What's going on, Geek Corner? This is your boy, Earth Smack the Mad Scientist, and welcome back to the Orange Phoenix Media channel and another episode of Comic Book Declassified, where we talk about the most recent issues in comics, as well as past issues, as well as character bios, if you ask for it. Today, we're talking about Power Rangers Prime, issue number 5. Now, I would say maybe a couple months ago, we did cover Power Rangers Prime issue number 1, and I have read issue 2, 3, and 4. But issue number 5 don't necessarily introduce the VR Troopers, but it is Power Rangers versus the VR Troopers, and you learn a little bit more about Eltar, and I would like sprinkle in what's going on between issues 2, 3, and 4. But issue number 1 basically sets the premise. In issue number 5, man, VR Troopers might be on some BS right now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there's some turnaround for them. Maybe there's some hope for them. But for right now, they're on some BS. But let's get into it. So, Power Rangers Prime is written by Melissa Flores, illustrated by Michael Ig, colored by Fabi Marquez, lettered by Ed Dutshire, cover by Dan Mora, variant covers by Stefano Simeon, Bon Bernardo, Kilo Valerio, Dan Mora, and Don Aguilo. Now, I will say I've thoroughly enjoyed Power Rangers Prime, the series so far, man, especially with the integration of the VR Troopers. Now, VR Troopers for me came out on UPN. That was my introduction to VR Troopers. And when I first saw it, I was like, man, this is a knockoff Power Rangers. That's what that is. But VR Troopers was actually pretty damn decent, okay? And I, underestimated it right out the gate. Really enjoyed it. But I have more fond memories with Power Rangers than I do VR Troopers. So to see VR Troopers in this series, I would say it's a breath of fresh air. And the fact they are integrating it, is very, very awesome to see. Now, with issue number 1, I would say at the end of the video, there's a link to that. You can go check that out. But the Eltarians is on some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So there was an alien invasion on Earth, and the Eltarians came to save the day, basically. But as them saving the day, they basically colonized Earth. So the Eltarians basically run shit. Basically, like, as a thank you, you should give us your planet, basically. So that is what exactly is going on. Now, if you go to issue number 5, there's a little bit of a flashback. And with the flashback, you see Mark and Ryan Steele. Now, Ryan Steele is one of the VR Troopers. He's actually the leader of the VR Troopers. But you see the history they have, between them and what they had to deal with. Obviously, there's a little bit of racism there, if you would call it that. And in this issue, the Power Rangers do have their abilities. They actually get their powers. Let's talk about Rita for a second. Like, Rita is very different from what we know her as in the television show, or what we know her as in the original comic book continuity of Power Rangers. Like, this Rita is a ally. This Rita is a good guy, but not exactly the goody two shoes, sunshine and rainbows type of good guy. She has a little bit of edginess to her. She's more or less, to me, just by reading issues 1 through 5, more or less anti-hero. You know what I'm saying? Like, she would not hesitate to take you out to achieve certain goals. And she also comes off as like a mentor, because in this issue, the Red Ranger, as the leader, like, she's having a tough time with the VR Troopers. And with the VR Troopers, they are basically soldiers for the Eltarians. So right now, the Eltarians is on some fuck shit. That basically was exactly what's going on. So Rita, as she's talking to the Red Ranger in this issue, say this is hardly a time to take a nap, and it seems that we both have some learning to do. I thought the morph would create the skill, but apparently not. It's like, given how helpful you were before, I doubt it would do much. I created a distraction, let it work, and in the meantime, let's have a talk. There are two groups fighting out there, but there is only one team. So she's basically coaching Lauren, the Red Ranger, as far as what exactly is going on. Like, I'm creating a distraction for you. I'm helping you out because right now, even though it is 5 against 3, the VR troopers are whooping y'all ass. That's basically what she's saying. Okay, like everybody got different characteristics. Everybody got different traits. I mean, there was one trooper that actually could duplicate herself and actually put in the work. So these VR troopers, they've been in the game. They got skin in the game. They are veterans in this. And she goes on to say, your Rangers are scrambling. Your Blue Ranger is paralyzed with fear. Your Pink Ranger is quite enthusiastic but lacks any real skill. He swings his weapon like he's mining in a cave. Your Black Ranger is talented, but he is all anger and emotion and abandoned all strategy. And your Yellow Ranger, well, she is too busy being torn in two directions. She has no idea where she stands. Now, let's talk about the Yellow Ranger, Valentina. So Valentina is in a relationship with Ryan Steele, the leader of the VR troopers. Right now, they are at odds with each other because she was the one that actually pretty much snitched. And that led to Ryan and the troopers showing up on time. With June and Valentina getting into it, she's like, listen, I'm done with this. I'm done being a Ranger. All this in between, I'm torn between Ryan and me being the Yellow Ranger. Now, honestly and truly, I feel like she's going to come back and join the Rangers, eventually. But once she found out that, whatever the VR troopers is on, whatever the Eltarians is on, I'm not on that kind of time. But that remains to be seen. But I'm like, come on, man. Look at what exactly is going on here. She says, if you hadn't brought her here, Ryan would have never. She's like, you can't talk like that. I said, I should have never told him. And Rita's like, the fractures in this team run deep. Red Ranger, what will you do about it? And she's like, who are even you? She was like, look, I see you, Yellow Ranger. You took the coin, same as the rest. And that is why you are the Power Ranger. Deep down in that scared yellow heart is a champion. And what's that get me? This morning, I had a boyfriend, a life. It was mine. And she was like, it was an illusion, Yellow. You know it as well as I like it or not. I was the best thing that ever happened to you. And from that moment, Valentina gets all emotional and looks at Rita. But Rita, again, got skin in the game. She's like, listen, you're not worthy. I'm going to just take your powers away from you, all right? But you have to understand, though, in this issue is that these Power Rangers are teenagers, okay? Relationships are very important in the teenage years. Like, they supersedes sometimes common logic. And Rita's saying to you, listen, I'm the best thing that ever happened to you in this situation. But yet, your mind is still clouded. Go do your thing, and we're going to keep doing what we're doing. Now, the other part of this is June. June is the Black Ranger, and June is also Eltarian, but he's not like all the other Eltarians. Like, he's sympathizes with other species or the races. Like, he's not, I'm above you, you're beneath me. He never had that attitude going all the way back to issue number 1. But he is very good friends with Val. And when Val left, he was very conflicted with the situation. But Rita's like, listen, you might want to run along too before you grow a spine and decide to stay. Now, here's the thing about Rita. Rita, again, is not Zordon. Rita is not going to beg you to stay. If you don't want to be here, deuces. Go on the press. You're going to do what you got to do. I found somebody else. I found somebody that's better. But I do have a feeling that June is going to come back to the fold before Val does. Val will probably be the last one to join the Power Rangers, and everybody be together, and they learn how to work together and become a powerful unit. We will see what happens. But still, that's not it though, because Orion notices that someone else is missing, and he notices Mark is missing. And where is Mark? Mark is apprehended by Ryan Steele and all the chaos that ensued earlier in this issue, and his mouth taped up, hands tied up. And Ryan goes on to say, I need to warn you, I don't have a lot of patience. It's been a bad day for both of us, and I'm sorry for what's about to happen. I need answers, and you're going to give them to me. So right off the bat, again, the VR Troopers is on some straight up bullshit right now. So we will see what happens in Power Rangers number 6. Like, are they going to save Mark, or what are they going to do with Mark? Because he says, I'm afraid. I'm sorry what's about to happen to you. So gotta be some torture methods about to take place here. But you ought to know what to do. Hit that like and subscribe button and that notification bell. Just in case you like that video and you want to see more videos like this. And also, our Orange Phoenix magazine is on Amazon for $7.99, single issue, only for digital copy for the Kindle readers out there, and readers that read on your tablet and whatnot. And also, if you want to subscribe to our magazine, it's only $5 a month, and it comes out bi-monthly. And also, you get access to these type of videos before they ever gets aired on YouTube. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, y'all. Peace.